Here we are back with some more Generation Wrestling here with our first ever pay-per-view, which is Generation Wrestling Overdrive 2020. 2020 being the year, of course. It's March week 4 and it's Monday, so the tag team titles is not put on the line. I was going to have TNT challenge for them at this show, but instead I decided to put it under the TV show, which was held yesterday, which you didn't get to see because I decided to skip that one out. The reason why I did that is because the way that our TV booking works is we've scheduled it from Sunday, and that means that it's going to be shown on television 3 days after this event. So I just decided to skip that one out altogether, and we can move on to book the next TV show then after this pay-per-view. Of course, we have only got 40,000 in the bank, but what you need to remember is that we just done a show, and also not only have we just done a show, but also we're just about to do a pay-per-view, which I'm hoping will bring in a nice little bit of extra cash, which will bump us up in our finances. So 487 people expected to come to this show in British Columbia. Now what I do want to say is that I'm hoping to be able to do a pay-per-view a month and have our finances really be a pay-per-view central to pay-per-views in terms of how much revenue we get. I'm hoping that we can start to rely on pay-per-view revenue, as well as of course our sponsorship revenue. But yeah. So we have Jay Lethal challenging for the title tonight, which, although yes he is a heel, I've got him to turn, so he will be turning at some point. Maybe not tonight, but don't worry, we'll turn him at some point soon enough. We have got Kyle O'Reilly competing in a match, although it's not going to be very important. We've got the blow-off match to Tyson Dux and Colin Delaney's feud. What else have we got here tonight? We've got a number 1 contenders match for the Vancouver Championship, as well as the Vancouver Championship being on the line, and a women's title match, Generation Women's title match. So we'll go ahead here and we'll run this show. So we open up the show with a 68 rated video segment here, which is in front of 476 people, and the video is just showing the main event being Jay Lethal and Jimmy Havoc for the title. You know, just that type of thing there. Yes, we'll continue. So we go straight into the number 1 contenders match for the title, where Joe Hendry goes up against Jonathan Gresham and Scotty Mack in a bout that had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. We put Joe Hendry over here against Jonathan Gresham and Scotty Mack in 19 minutes 11 seconds. A long opening match. I usually don't do opening matches that long, but decided to just do it. Decided to just have it that long, you know. Three top mid-carders. They're not top competitors in the company, but the top mid-carders. Joe Hendry pins Jonathan Gresham after hitting him with a trip around the globe. Okay, so a couple gimmicks getting stale, which is unfortunate. Match got the crowd hot though. 38 really in-ring performance there for Joe Hendry, a 30 for Scotty Mack, and a 31 for Jonathan Gresham. 34 rated segment of all that, not bad at all. Going to our next segment here, where we see Tyson Dux and Colin Delaney here in a bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Tyson Dux goes over here against Colin Delaney in 11 minutes 18 seconds by pinfall with a Fisherman's Brainbuster. 36 with the main performance there for Tyson Dux, a 23 for Colin Delaney, and that ends that storyline between them two, as Tyson Dux is successful. Tyson Dux then celebrates in the ring in a 42-minute segment there. Then we go on here to see Tony Baroni challenge Nelson Creed for the Vancouver Championship in a 39-minute segment there. And about to have decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. We have Nelson Creed successfully defend his Vancouver Championship in his second title defense, when in 17 minutes he wins by pinfall. 21 were the in-ring performance for Baroni, but a 47 for Nelson Creed, who carries that match big time. So he will be defending his title next against Joe Hendry. Then at the end of that at the end of that match there, we see Nelson Creed walk in through Gorilla and into the backstage area where Tyson Dux is there, and they don't necessarily talk, but it's just kind of having Tyson Dux here, although as eyeing him up as Nelson Creed walks past him. Tyson Dux may not be the #1 contender, but it's just kind of a teaser for what the future has to hold in that respect. But we go on to the next segment here, as Matsumoto challenges Rebecca Knox for the Generation Women's Championship, and in about had fantastic heat and good wrestling. Rebecca Knox goes up against Matsumoto in 21 minutes and 44 seconds. The match ends with a pinfall after Rebecca Knox uses the hard knocks. Rebecca Knox makes defense number 4 of her Generation Women's Championship in a 49 with in-ring performance for Matsumoto, and a 65 with in-ring performance there for Rebecca Knox. 53 with a segment overall. Then we go into our match before the main event, which is a cool-down match for the main event, and an extremely short match. Kyle O'Reilly is able to pick up a submission victory against Steve Blackwell in 5 minutes 21 seconds with an ankle lock. 72 with an in-ring performance there for Kyle O'Reilly, and a 47 in-ring performance for Steve Blackwell. 54 with a segment there, not bad at all. But then in the main event we end with a 57 minute match overall, and an exceptional match. Jimmy Havoc defeats Jay Lethal in 16 minutes 39 seconds by count out. It's important to know it's by count out, it's not a legitimate title defense as you might say. Jimmy Havoc makes defense number 5 of his Generation Championship run. 79 in-ring performance out by Jay Lethal, and a 66 by Jimmy Havoc. Jay Lethal hints at a FaceTime, but they don't go down with the crowd. Don't go down well with the crowd because he's just debuted as a heel. This match got the crowd hot. Okay. And then we go to the final segment where we end with Havoc standing over Jay Lethal's body, who is kind of crawling towards the ropes to help himself up, and that's how we end that show with a 55-minute segment there. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. And we end that show with a 55-minute event there. The show increases our popularity in 38 regions. Good to see make a speech there. Who should we praise? Who should we compliment even? We'll go with Jay Lethal and Jimmy Havoc, and you know what? We'll go with Kyle O'Reilly as well. Just go with the usual and tell them that they're all awesome. because they all are. No, we'll point JD for you as a good example for taking that loss there. Point it as a good example, make a speech. JD was very pleased. Jimmy Havoc was very happy, as was Kyle O'Reilly. So that's a decent enough show there. I'm happy enough with that show. We'll see how it goes down with the crowd here on a second, and with the home crowd here on a second with our buys. So we will check that on a second. That'll be the first thing that we check. Decent enough show there, I thought. Not our best show, of course, but you know, decent enough, really. Decent enough. Warning, yes. Okay, we spent a lot of money on that show. Time to heal, time to heal. While pay-per-view buy rate is less than 0.01, so how much pay-per-view buys was that? Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. Yeah, that was not what we were expecting at all. Can we get out of this TV deal then? Because I don't think that our finances is going to hold up very well with being in it. Broadcasting, television, they want us to complete that contract. Okay, well, we did make a deal and we need to honour that deal. I was hoping pay-per-views would be a bit better than that, to be honest. We're gonna have to honour that deal, which we have another. I'm gonna need to check how long we have left on this deal. 52 days left, so I'm just trying to think about how much that is exactly. No episode limit. 52 days is what? That's more than a month. That's almost 2 months. So what, 6 weeks? Okay. Yeah, I think we jumped in with this TV deal too quickly. And once we get over this TV deal, we won't be renewing it, and we'll just stick with events. But yeah, it's just 26 grand down from 100 grand. You know, and I was very optimistic, but we have jumped in far too quickly there, and I do accept that. But we are just going to have to try and do cheap shows from now on. Very cheap shows. That's just the way it has to be, unfortunately. I will not make shit shows though. Make that very clear. I refuse to do bad shows. But yeah, so importance has stayed the same in British Columbia. It might have went up other places, but pop wise we are doing well. We are continuing to increase, but as for 26 grand is not good at all. We will get back up, don't get me wrong. We will increase those figures will increase once we get out of this deal, once we get out of it. So we are just going to have to do our best here. What I might just do is I might just do really shit TV shows. I say shit TV shows that go over the limit, over a minimum limit, which is like 32 or 30 or something. I refuse to go under that limit. And what we will do is we might just do events, and I'll show you those events. But as for the TV shows, we are just gonna have to cheap it out for them. But I refuse to go under that limit. I will make that very clear. I will not do a bad show. I refuse to. That was disappointing. Which, like, don't get me wrong, like, that's decent enough buy rate, but for, you know, the size that we are, it's just, you know, it's not particularly great, is it? But we will renew this deal with YouTube for events. Let's negotiate a new deal. Oh, sorry. Extend the deal for our events. Let's see if we can go for a late evening time slot, and maybe for 9 months. They're not willing to offer that. Okay, let's go with the late night time slot then. Yep, that's all agreed upon. But yeah, we're gonna have to just cheap it out here. But as I say, I refuse to do a bad show. I refuse to purposely do bad shows. Yeah, I think that's it really. How many TV shows have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 weeks in a month. Or 12 TV shows altogether. I think we have to do. So that's what we're going to do. I'll put on the TV shows off camera, and I will do my best to do them cheap, but decent. Yeah. But we're going to stop recording now. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.